Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it is for Friday, the 10th day of February. Here we go. We had discussed with you yesterday the laws about not preparing for weekday stuff on Shabbos. You know that hachana, taking care of basically mundane matters on Shabbos, is considered inappropriate. We discussed yesterday, like cleaning up your house for post Shabbos, etc. Okay, now we get to some more spiritual things. Let's say you are a Rebbe, and on Shabbos you want to learn the Torah of the stuff that you're going to say in your classroom, your Jewish education on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of the coming week. Can you do that on Shabbos? The answer to that is clearly yes, and you can understand why. It's because it's Torah, and the Rebbe wants to learn Torah. It is true that he's going to teach that Torah on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or whatever, but that's not called mundane because it's for Torah. Similarly, a bar mitzvah boy who needs to study his Torah reading can study his, even though his bar mitzvah, even if he's leaning on a Thursday morning, so it feels like a weekday preparation. It's not called a weekday preparation. It's preparation for Torah, and you're allowed to do all that kind of Torah stuff, and that's considered proper on Shabbos. If a here gets a little touchy now. What if a person goes to a Jewish school and wants to study for a Jewish test that's going to take place during that coming week? So this one is touchy. The halacha says that if you know that you are studying because you want to know the Torah knowledge, well, you're allowed to learn for Torah knowledge on Shabbos. That's actually one of the most beautiful things to be doing on Shabbos. Not just resting and eating, but being involved in spirituality. So if you're learning that Pirkei Avos because you want to know Pirkei Avos, then by all means it's a beautiful thing to do. But if the main intention in your mind is that you want to pass that Pirkei Avos test in school on Monday, but the actual knowledge itself is not like of primary importance to you, then it's not as kosher, if I may use that word. Then you're not doing it for the knowledge of the Torah. You're doing it because you have a weekday test coming on that subject, and that's not as acceptable. So in that situation, it would basically boil down to what's going on in your head, and it would be hard for you to convince yourself that in your head you're really doing that just for the knowledge of the Torah. It's the fear of failing that test that's making you study, in which case it wouldn't be 100% kosher. I would suggest that in situations like that, you discuss that with your rabbi, because the halacha is not anxious to allow those situations because it could be potentially abused. People are often going to end up studying for the sake of the test and claim that they're doing it on Shabbos because of the love of the learning. And the question is that really true? You get how the parameters work, and now go discuss it with your rabbi. Thanks for logging on. Log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye bye.